Good morning, graduates, family members. The Association of Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business and International. 100% business schools around the world hold this coveted.
You said who's taking pictures?
Black colleges and universities nationwide. School of Business and Management is one
Gang,
of
gang!
only
Gang,
three
gang!
Alright,
babe. I was there. You said we love you.
Love you too, Dodo. Come up that way and make your phone.
We in the bed!
In the fall of 2015, school business moved its operations to a new $72 million Oregon business center on the West Coast. This new state-of-the-art building features a center for innovation, smart classrooms, computer labs, and a capital markets lab. Which brings real-time financial transactions as they take place on Wall Street and other world coinciding with the opening of the school began an entire lectureship in business ethics, made possible by the generous $500,000 gift from Oregon alumnus and Pro Football Hall of Famer, Mr. Willie Lanier Sr., President of the Lanier. The Dean of the Earl D. Gray School of Business and Management is Dr. Fuku Gosu. School of Community Health and Policy. As the first doctoral graduate urban practice-based community health program at a structured black college or university, the School of Community Health and Policy provides students with the opportunity to learn community-based, specific research methods to address racial and ethnic health disparities. The school is comprised of 3 programs: the Public Health Graduate Program, the Nutrition Graduate and Undergraduate Program, and the Nutritional Sciences Undergraduate Program. The current student body consists of more than 500 students at the graduate and undergraduate levels. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the School of Community Health and Policy is being consistently
See, I could have edited that. Have to be
elevate health consciousness of not only the Oregon community, but also the city of Oregon. The school serves as the subject matter experts consulting health and provide science-based communications about COVID-19, limiting its spread, maximizing the well-being of the community, and during the safety protocols, promoting the necessity of testing for prevention. Dr. Ken Seymour is the dean
Watch when we go up
of the School of Community Health. The School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences began in 1998 when the university restructured its College of Arts and Sciences to combine arts and school of computer, mathematical, and natural sciences. Since its inception, the school now offers 8 undergraduate programs, 5 graduate programs, 4 research programs, 3 research centers, and 2 all-encompassing student support programs. The School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences is among the top 25 schools in the nation for the production of African-American bachelor's degrees in biological science, and among the top 50 in computer education. As part of the national effort to graduate and postdoctoral science officers dedicated to outreach activities in the community.
Don't see my dad's head.
Morgan graduates from Christine Walker, Walker is pursuing her PhD in bioenvironmental science at School of Computer and Mathematics. Will be the first Oregon to receive funding for this 3-year-old program. Dr. Hamid Tawfiq is the dean of the School of Computer and Mathematics. The School The School of Education and Urban Studies is committed to preparing a cultural and ethnically diverse student body to serve with distinction in the field. The School of Education and Urban Studies is ranked among the top 50 schools nationally with a number of bachelor's degrees awarded to African American education.
I know.
I'm the one who's on the top of his head.
Colleges and universities around the country with doctoral degrees. Ms. Ross is working toward adopting urban education leadership of the Morgan State University. Morgan State Education University Family and Consumer Sciences was recently awarded full accreditation by the Consumer Accreditation of the American Association of Family and Consumer Sciences, the only professional association representing career specialists and external evaluation matters for each group. Family and Consumer Sciences.
Oh, yeah.
The Dean of the School of Education and Urban Studies, Dr. Linda the Clarence Perry Mitchell School of Engineering. Since its inception in 1984, the Clarence Perry Mitchell Junior School of Engineering Award has earned outstanding reputation for academic excellence in the preparation of undergraduate and undergraduate students. The School of Engineering has fully accredited undergraduate programs in civil, electrical, and computer information engineering, and graduate programs that offer the Master of Engineering, Doctor of Engineering, and Master of Transportation. Morgan is the only university in the nation to establish a Bachelor of Science degree in the transportation system. The School of Engineering is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally for the production of bachelor's degrees and Doctor of Engineering degrees awarded without category. President David K. Wilson recently appointed Dr. Oscar Barton Jr. as the university's new dean of the Clarence Perry Mitchell Jr. School of Engineering. The University's Board of Regents has approved a proposed Doctor of Philosophy in Secure Embedded Systems, an innovative multidisciplinary doctoral program that will be offered by the School of Engineering. The School of Global Journalism and Communication. Morgan State University has won the outstanding communication program, and its students have been represented in newsrooms across the nation.
God dang it, I paid for this. Take it right here.
Global Journalism.
Yeah, I paid for it.
The School of Global Journalism and Communication is ranked 6th among all HBCU journalism schools nationwide.
Yeah,
One of the foremost providers of resources and development of public relations professionals.
We did it.
PR News. Go back. Dr. David Marshall, professor
That's how proud mommies are.
Communication at our School of Global Journalism and Communication as the 2021 Outstanding HBCU Engineer of the Year.
Which one is real about the
Mr. Dwayne Wickham is the Dean of the School of Global Journalism and Communication. And our last school today, this commencement, is the School of Social Work. In the fall of 2009, Morgan officially established the School of Social Work after 40 years of offering degrees to the Department of Social Work. The school has uniquely focused on urban social work practice and research and offers the DSW, MSW, both fully accredited programs, and a PhD in social work. Students in the School of Social Work are placed and gain valuable experience in helping and supporting citizens of the Baltimore metropolitan area, the state of Maryland, and numerous other social work endeavors.
Ma!
ESW and MSW programs
Ma!
recently fully re-accredited for 8 years by the Council on Social Work Education, and that marks 37 consecutive years of accredited status for our ESW. Oregon School of Social Work was recently awarded a $1 million subcontract from the Behavioral Health Administration of the Maryland Department of Health to provide frontline support in assessing and treating mental health needs of Baltimore City families and youth. Teaming with the Behavioral Health Integration Program for Pediatric Primary Care, faculty members and students from Oregon's Master Social Work Program will conduct critical field work focusing exclusively on underserved minority communities. Dr. Anna McFadder is the Dean of the School of Social Work. Did you know that Morgan serves approximately 8,000 students from the United States and more than 40 countries in a comprehensive range of more than 100 programs that progress toward a bachelor's, master's, or a doctorate degree? It was in 1976 when the General Assembly of Maryland passed legislation assigning Morgan its mission as a doctoral granting research institution. Before the end of the decade, the university had established its first doctoral program. And since the mid-1990s, the university has greatly expanded its offerings of highly sought-after doctoral programs. Oregon State University is the largest historically black college university in Maryland, and is among a handful of HBCUs nationally to be classified as a doctoral research university by the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education. Recently, Morgan was elevated from the Moderate Research Classification R3 to the elevated classification of R2, a status reserved for doctoral universities with high research activity. Morgan is also designated as Maryland's preeminent public urban research university as a result of legislation signed into law by Governor Larry Hogan in 2017.
Come on, Mr. Safely.
Oregon State University is ranked first in the United States in awarding African American baccalaureate degrees in construction management, electrical engineering, and strategic communication. Bachelor's degrees in bioinformatics and doctoral degrees in community college leadership, engineering, and history. The university also leads all historically black colleges and universities in the United States in the production of Fulbright scholars at 149, who are now in 44 countries around the globe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the platform party has entered the field. Dr. Nufre Jeremiah serves as the Chief Marshal of Oregon State University, and he is leading the platform party. Dr. Jeremiah is serving in the continuation of this prestigious role that he has held as Oregon's long-standing Chief Marshal. The university's associate marshals include Mrs. George Brown, Dr. Edwin
I thought that was so interesting. What's the shiny face?
and Mrs. Nina Nash.
Okay. I thought so, too.
Members of the platform party include the President of the Morgan State University Alumni Association, the President of the Senior Class, our special guest for today, the Vice President for State and Federal Relations and Chief of Staff for the President, Our professor of military science will be announcing the commissioned officers in the United States Army, the Oregon State University Board of Regents, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Leslie Carpenter. Today's honorary degree recipients, our commencement speaker for today, Dr. Michael B. Drake, and of course, the President of Oregon State University, Dr. David K. Wilson.
Like going back.
Anybody excited as I am today? I think everybody is. Oh my God. Yes, Lord.
Good morning. Our thanks to Mr. Melvin Miles and the members of the Oregon State University Band for the pre-recorded processional music. Good morning again and welcome to the Spring 2021 commencement exercises at Oregon State University. We are so pleased to have all of you with us this morning to take part in Oregon's 144th spring graduation ceremony. We ask everyone to remain standing for the invocation and the singing of Lift Every Voice. The invocation will be delivered by Reverend Dr. Bernard Hills, Dean of the University Memorial Chapel, and the singing of the Negro National Anthem will be performed by Ms. Michaela Banks, soprano, from the world-famous Oregon State University Choir. And so the invocation, Reverend Bernard Hills, pre-recorded.
On this day, nation, His sustaining grace. Today is a time of harvest for those who labored in the vineyards of learning, where the seeds planted in bedrock of study and exploration have been nurtured through perseverance, determination, have now blossomed into degrees awarded. In this season of commencement, we look back with thankfulness, remembering the pathways from which we began. In growing the future, those gathered this day are commissioned to lead the world. From challenge to joyfully embrace change, celebrating the rich diversity of your creation, embracing the stranger, welcoming the other. From the classroom and the laboratory, they have traveled in a cadence of excellence, reaching and teaching others the life lessons they so deeply cherish. O Creator, guide their steps, that they may achieve the order and the purpose for which they were born. That they may leave enduring footprints for tomorrow. In the name of the one who creates, redeems, and sustains. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the interruption of in-person commencement exercises for the fall and spring 2020 as a result of the pandemic, Morgan State University honored degree recipients this year in 3 separate ceremonies. Yesterday's first ceremony honored undergraduate degree recipients from the spring, fall, and winter of 2020. Yesterday's second ceremony honored 2020 and 2021 graduates receiving master's and doctoral degrees. And today, the culmination of this series of ceremonies, the 144th Spring Commencement Exercises, we are honoring the Spring 2021 graduates of the National Treasure. And we are always delighted when we have several members of the Morgan State University Board of Regents joining us. And today we do have many of them with us as well. I'm going to introduce them, ask them to stand as I call their name. First, we have the chair of our board, the Honorable Kwaisi Mfume. The vice chair of our board, Regent General Larry Ellis. We have with us Regent Dr. Shirley Malcolm. Regent Stanley Wakama, who is our student regent, hailing from the School of Engineering. Regent Carl Turnipseed. Regent Dr. Marquise Walker. And Regent Winston Wilkerson. Please join me in giving a round of applause for all of the members of the Morgan State Board of Regents. And now I am very, very pleased to present to you the chair of the board, the Honorable Kwaisi Mfume, who will bring greetings on behalf of the board. Chair Mfume. Thank you very much, President Dr. David Wilson, for your leadership, your friendship, and your stewardship of this great institution. We welcome and congratulate this year's commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Dr. Michael V. Drake. And we congratulate and say welcome home to our native son and Morgan alumnus, Mr. Lonnie Liston Smith. To our distinguished faculty, administrators, and most of all, to the graduating class of 2021. It is my pleasure to bring you greetings from the Governing Board of Regents of Morgan State University. We are pleased and we are particularly honored to have on this special day a number of parents, grandparents, and other family members. They are here to share in this moment of great triumph and achievement for all of you, our graduates. 63 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood in the stadium and he gave the commencement address to the graduating class of 1958. He said to them, and I quote, "Today you bid farewell to these hallowed grounds, which will remain dear to you so long as the cords of your memory shall lengthen. For you are finishing," he said, "one of the most exciting periods in human history. You have," he said, "the privilege of standing between two worlds, the dying old world and the emerging new world." And so today, 63 years later, in the same stadium, much like then, this is a culminating event full of great promise, choice, and opportunity for all of you so special to be a part of this class of 2021. Graduates, you can finally look back and say that it really was all worthwhile. The hard work, the sleepless nights, the anxiety before exams, the never-ending deadline for papers, and the excitement of discovering both the world around you and the great potential for you to succeed in that world. For now you know what lies behind you and what lies before you is of less significance when compared to what lies within you. So as you go forward from this day, remember, as you were taught here at Morgan, that excellence is earned, and that the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. Remember the admonishment of the late Frank Outlaw when he said, "Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And then watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. The degree that you will receive in just a few moments will represent many things. It will be a reward for your academic excellence. It will be a reminder of a debt that you can never repay your parents and grandparents. It will be both a source of relief and respect for your professors. But more than anything, it is, in fact, a license to learn. So remember this day, for it shall pass quickly. Remember the faces of your fellow students who are seated around you, and know that some of them you may never see again. Remember fair Morgan, her orange and her blue, and never let go of your alma mater. We, the Board of Regents, salute you, the members of the class of 2021. Good luck, congratulations, and Godspeed. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman Mpune, for those powerful remarks on behalf of the Morgan State University Board of Regents. Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan State University is highly privileged and exceptionally honored this morning to have as our commencement speaker one of this nation's most gifted and passionate advocates for public higher education. We are honored to have with us Dr. Michael V. Drake, the 21st President of the University of California, a world-renowned system of 10 campuses, 5 medical centers, 3 nationally affiliated labs, more than 280,000 students, and 230,000 faculty and staff. Prior to assuming his current position as president of the University of California, Dr. Drake previously served as president of the Ohio State University from 2014 until June of 2020. With the exception of those 6 years at Ohio State, Dr. Drake's entire academic career has been at the University of California, including serving as chancellor of UC Irvine for 9 years, from 2005 to 2014, and as the system-wide vice president for health affairs from 2000 to 2005. Dr. Drake's remarkable career in higher education is rivaled only by his extensive public service experience. He has occupied multiple roles across the higher education segment, including having served on the board of directors and having chaired the board of practically every national association in higher education, including the American Medical Association, the National Eye Institute, the Association of American Medical Colleges, in multiple commissions on health in the state of California. He is the former chair of the board of the Association of American Universities, or the AAU, the Association of Public and Grant Universities, the Association of Academic Health Centers, and the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the NCAA. He's just actually coming off of serving as chair of the Board of Governors for the NCAA. And he is currently a member of the Board of Directors of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he is chair of the Board of Directors of the Commonwealth Fund. As demonstrated by this extraordinarily diverse list of organizations, Dr. Michael Drake is a man of broad learning, he's a man of expansive interests, and he's a man of boundless compassion for others. And of course, he has a Morgan connection, of which he is going to share with us, I am hopeful. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a rousing national treasure Morgan State University welcome this morning to our commencement speaker, Dr. Michael V. Drake. Thank you very much for that wonderful and overly generous introduction. Wonderful to see all of you here this morning. Great pleasure for me to be returning to Morgan State University. Let me say good morning to the graduates and congratulations on your incredible achievements. I'd like to say that to the regents, to the families, to the graduates, it's a great pleasure to be here today. I was honored to be invited to speak on such an important occasion, on a triumph really for every one of you and for those who helped you to get here. I was originally going to speak at Morgan State's commencement ceremony a year ago, but that ceremony, of course, was postponed because of the COVID pandemic. This was my first cross-country trip in some time, and actually the first time I've been on an airplane in a year, and it was a fascinating thing to get back on an airplane, and I'll say comforting to have some sense of normalcy, which I hope that we return to. At cramped leg space never felt so good. I've spoken at many graduation ceremonies over the years. I've had the pleasure and honor. Had the pleasure to share the microphone with presidents and senators, governors, county award members, and many, many others. But today stands out, honestly, as something that's particularly special to me. And that's because I'm here at Morgan State. For as long as I can remember, Morgan State University has been the definition of what a college was to me. And that's because both of my parents are Morgan State alumni. They're both gone now. They would both be over 100 years old if they were still with us, but they met on this campus in 1933. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in a minute, but for now I'll say that Morgan shaped the course of their lives and their futures, and the futures of their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and actually my father lived to see a great-great-grandchild. And my parents couldn't be here with us today, but actually I brought something from home. This is a copy of the Spencerian. It was the yearbook from 1937 that we've had at home for all these years. And so when I open this, I see my mother and father actually photographs of them before they met in different activities that they were doing. My father was an active football player, spent many hours on this field, and my mother in many organizations. So they're not here with us in the flesh, but they're here with us in the spirit. And I brought this to hold to be with me here today. Let me say that this wonderful historic institution has had a wonderful impact on the lives of so many people in so many communities. That's evident here today. Some of you graduating are the first in your families to graduate and attain a college degree. What an amazing achievement. Can we give a round of applause? And you know, to everyone who's the first in the family to graduate, it means the first time that the family members are able to attend or watch in streaming. So for the entire family, for the history, for the legacy that you're creating, really a round of applause for the three. And some of you are graduating with other things. We have students who overcome many obstacles excuse me, in your lives. There are people who have disabilities and those who have invisible disabilities. There are people who have different pathways through life. We really want to honor all of you who made it here and are here today to celebrate. And let me say that Morgan State will serve you well in the future, and perhaps sometime 50 years, or maybe even, in my case, as it is 84 years from now, your children or grandchildren will be standing on a stage like this, talking to the next generation coming forward. And what a year this has been. A year of real sacrifice and real loss. So much that we can sometimes become almost numb to the reality of it all. But I know that many here with us today have felt and suffered that loss, and that each life is precious, and that even if our loved ones have lived a long life, we love them still, we miss them, and we mourn their passing. And this was certainly no easy time to be a college student. You can never forget that making here today is significant, a unique achievement. Only you know the moments of doubt and fear you overcame to be sitting here today. Only you can feel the true pride of having done so. and perhaps having helped friends and classmates do the same. The strength you have demonstrated by simply being here, receiving your degree, is something we should pause to acknowledge and honor. Can we take a moment to marvel at resilience? You know, as we contemplate resilience, which is the word of the year, I think, I'd like to turn to poet Lucille Clinton. Clinton once served as the poet laureate of the state of Maryland and also spent time as a visiting professor at the University of California, Santa Cruz, in addition to her Oregon roots. She passed away here in Baltimore. In her poem, Won't You Celebrate With Me, she wrote, I made it up here on this bridge between star sign and clay. My one hand holding tight, my other hand, come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. This poem evokes the triumph inherent in resilience. It speaks to the joy we can seek even in the face of struggle. We find ourselves in such a moment now, a larger struggle for our nation and for our planet. We're facing intense personal and professional and political challenges in the midst of this pandemic. And we continue to witness and live really the brutal realities of racism, of injustice, of police violence. Today, I'd like to envision how together, facing these struggles, we can nevertheless move forward and help create the future that we all deserve. Doing that will take all of us, and especially every one of you, contributing your gifts, your authentic selves, and your convictions. You will need to replenish your stores of resilience as you move forward, but please hear this, you do not have to do this alone. As you celebrate this milestone today, take comfort and find strength in your great achievement, graduating from this outstanding university. You are now part of a very special family and a very special history. It has been a launch pad for agents of change, for the world, for the community, and for families, including families like mine. For a moment, let me speak a bit about my family. My modern family story really began here in Oregon. My mother, Beatrice Hayes, found her way, that's the first time her name would have been said at a stage like this since 1937, so I'm going to pause for a second. Okay. My mother, Beatrice Hayes, found her way to Oregon State in a way that some of you may relate to. Someone believed in her, and that paved the pathway forward for her to get an education. She grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, graduated from high school in the depths of the Depression. But she happened to be a lady named Alice Warner Parham, who worked in Oregon State, and she saw promise in my mother. And she told my mother that she could thrive here. Her mother was a proud Delta, I will say. I hear that. And so my mother put her mind to it. She was a swimmer, active in the YWCA, which had a pool. She got a job at the Youngstown YWCA teaching swimming lessons for $1 a day. She taught for 13 weeks. That was 65 days, she earned $65. And the $65 was enough money for a one-way bus ticket from Youngstown to Baltimore to pay her registration with $5 to spare. And that was all she had. She got a job here and went on to graduate, and that was wonderful. My father's story at Oregon began a little differently. He was a great high school athlete. He was deeply passionate about growing up. He set high school records in New Jersey, where he grew up. And he was an active football player, but there was no football for him after high school except going to college. So reluctantly, he went to college. Now, I tell people that he went to college to play football. But the real story is he went to college because that was the only place he could continue playing football. So he came to play football in the daytime and cards at night. So he got good at Midwest and blocking people. But then he met my mother. And first she said she was not impressed at all with him. He was 6'1" and 200 pounds and captain of the team, but she thought he blew up and tumbled, and he didn't impress her. So her hobby was singing, so he did the obvious thing. He bought a suit and a tie and joined the glee club.
He can hold the tune if you wrote it down and put it in his hand, but otherwise, you need to be careful. But it was she who inspired him to finish his degree, and I'm sure that it was her encouragement that also led him to attend medical school and becoming a physician. They had a wonderful life together, I'll say. They were married for just over 70 years. My mother died, and you can applaud that was 70 years. It's a long time. My father practiced medicine until he passed away in his sleep at home at 99. He lived to meet his great-great-granddaughter, so they had wonderful lives together. Morgan State was the beginning of my parents' story, and it prepared them for chapters that came later when they became pillars of their community and agents of change. And the same is true for those of you graduating here today. The most important thing to have learned in your time at Morgan is probably not something you read in a book or heard in a lecture. It's how to go out there and make real, lasting change. You know, when I first heard the word commencement, it seemed like the wrong word to me. It seemed like if you're graduating, that graduation comes when you finish something, I thought. But then I learned that actually the commencement really is the beginning of the rest of your lives. There is great need, great opportunity for you to help heal the world and to heal what is wounded in our world. Our world is your world. The future is your future. And within you is everything you need to change it, to build it, and to make it better for all of us. No one should limit you or tell you what you can or cannot do. You are the masters of your destiny. I'm reminded of the book, The Enigma of Arrival by Nobel laureate D.S. Naipaul. And the theme of the book is that whenever we arrive in a place, we already have thought about that and what that place is going to be like. But it's never quite what we thought about, because when we envisioned it in the future, we weren't in it. We were looking at it, but we weren't in it. And your real future is going to be a future that you are actually in, that you create. You are a critical component of your future. And we need you to commit yourselves to creating the future that we all want, the future we need, the future that we deserve, and I know that you can. I know that you will. I want to close with a short poem by another Indian writer, Tradional Tagore. And he observed about a century ago, I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service is joy. Congratulations, class of 2021. I wish for you all a life of great joy. Thank you, thank you. Please join me again in giving a round of applause to Dr. Drake. Thank you very much, President Drake. On behalf of the class of spring 2021, we thank you so much for delivering such an inspiring and uplifting commencement address. We truly appreciate your taking time from your busy schedule to be with us today. And we want you to know that Morgan State University is eternally grateful for your friendship. And during this pandemic, let the record reflect that the son of your mother and your father made his way back to the place that inspired them. And you are here inspiring other legacies. Dr. Drake, they will be enormously proud of you and what you have achieved, and you have made this full circle and come back to the place that spirited in this work. Thank you for blessing us. And so now, the honorary degrees will be conferred, and I call on Chairman Nkume.
Mr. President, the Board of Regents of Morgan State University hereby authorizes you to confer upon Dr. Michael V. Drake an honorary degree in recognition of his notable and very noteworthy achievements.
his exceptional achievements as a prominent voice in the higher education arena, for his visionary and transformational leadership of one of the largest public university systems in the United States, for his mastery of the art and science of medicine, for his steadfast commitment to the pursuit of equity and access to healthcare and education, and lastly, for his lifelong love of music, particularly rock and roll and jazz, I am pleased to present to you Dr. Michael E. Drake, healer, scholar, educator, and humanitarian, to receive at your hands the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Michael V. Drake. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Morgan State University, I do confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Mr. President, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Morgan State University, I urge you to confer upon Mr. Lonnie Liston Smith the honorary degree in recognition of his notable and very noteworthy achievements.
Mr. President, for his exceptional achievements as a multi-talented musician, for his unparalleled creativity in melding different musical styles and traditions, for his mastery of the art and science of jazz, and for his unabashed commitment to sharing the gift of music with the world, I am pleased to present to you Mr. Lonnie Liston Smith, a proud 1961 graduate of Morgan State University and jazz band extraordinaire whose cosmic echo is still heard today. To receive at your hands the degree Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
Lonnie Liston Smith. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Morgan State University Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Fine Arts with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Once again, let's show some appreciation to our two honorary degree recipients, Dr. Drake and now Dr. Lonnie Smith. I am now pleased to present Dr. Alicia Crumpton Young, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will recognize the seniors who are receiving Latin honors. Provost Young.
Mr. President,
I am pleased to present the honor graduates of the Spring 2021 graduating classes. Honors graduates, please stand and be recognized according to the following categories. Cum laude, those with grade point averages from 3.4 to 3.59. Please stand. Congratulations, you may be seated. Magna cum laude, those with grade point averages from 3.6 to 3.79. Please stand. Congratulations, you may be seated. And summa cum laude, those with grade point averages from 3.8 to 4.0. Please stand. Congratulations. All honorees are recognized by the blue and gold tassels and the gold honor stoles that they wear. Congratulations again on your outstanding academic achievement. We are extremely proud of you.
Thank you, Provost Young. Since 1953, the President of Morgan State has presented 2 awards to outstanding members of the graduating class. The first of these awards is the President's Second Mile Award. It is presented to a member of the graduating class who best exemplifies the ideal of going the second mile in making a contribution to the enhancement of campus life. The President's Second Mile Award for Spring 2021 is presented to Erwin Miles, who is a baccalaureate degree recipient in sociology with a minor in Latin American and Caribbean studies. Congratulations to you, Ms. Miles. We do have a plaque for you, and we will present that to you in a special way. But congratulations to you, the recipient of the President's Second Mile Award, Ms. Erwin Miles. The second award is the President's Creative Achievement Award. It is presented to a member of the graduating class who has made an exceptional contribution of a creative nature to campus life. The President's Creative Achievement Award for Spring 2021 is presented to David Owe, who is in architecture and environmental design. And so David, please stand and be recognized. Here's David over here to line up. Congratulations. We also have a special plaque for you, David, that we will get to you as well as soon as the ceremony is in. I'm now pleased to present Major Malika Morgan, Chair of the Department of Military Science, who will announce the graduating ROTC cadets commissioned as second lieutenants in the various branches of the United States Army. Major Morgan.
Good morning, Mr. President. As a proud alum of the class of 2005, I present to you today the second lieutenants of the class of 2001. As I call your name, please stand. Lieutenant Miles Bowman Carter, Infantry. Lieutenant Keza Brown, Transportation. Lieutenant Precious Brown, Ordnance. Lieutenant Marcus Covington, Transportation. Lieutenant Tatiana Evans, Military Intelligence. Lieutenant David Hughes, Infantry. Lieutenant Gutier Manuel Officer. Lieutenant Earl Hope, Ordnance. Lieutenant Gabrielle Scott, Military Intelligence. At this time, the lieutenants will take their oath of office, transitioning them into officers in the United States Army. Officers, repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I state your name, having been appointed an officer in the United States Army, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Lieutenant, and to the class of 2021.
Congratulations to all of our lieutenants. Another round of applause, please. And so now that moment that all of you have been waiting for. I know you've been waiting for it. That was the moment. Morgan is so elated. We are so elated this morning to award bachelor's degrees to nearly 860 students in this ceremony this morning. And so I'm going to now ask Provost Lisa Crumpton-Young to present the candidates for the awarding of bachelor's degrees. Provost Young.
Okay, come on, Nick! Mr. President, the candidates for degrees will be presented to you as they appear in the order of exercises. All candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, or the Bachelor of Science degree in the James H. Gilliam Jr. College of Liberal Arts, please rise. Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, or the Bachelor of Science degree in the James H. Gilliam Jr. College of Liberal Arts with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated.
Well, we didn't take them up to be commissioned. Remember, they always put them on stage to be commissioned.
All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Architecture and Planning, please rise.
That's why I asked you that. I said, did they say to them? They weren't coming. Well, I know they have a separate ceremony for the commission. Besides,
Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Architecture and Planning, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. Please be seated.
So they're not going up on the stage either.
All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Earl G. Gray School of Business and Management, please rise. Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Earl G. Gray School of with certification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated. All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Community Health and Policy, please rise.
Hello.
Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Community Health and Policy, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated. All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences, Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated. All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Education and Urban Studies, please rise. Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Education and Urban Studies, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated. All candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Clarence M. Mitchell Jr. School of Engineering, please rise. Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Clarence M. Mitchell Jr. School of Engineering, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified. You may be seated, fellow engineers. All candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Global Journalism and Communication, Mr. President, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science degree in the School of Global Journalism and Communication, with specification according to the department they have qualified. All candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work degree qualified.
Will all candidates please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Morgan State University Board of Regents, I do hereby confer upon you in mass the bachelor's degree with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations to all of our baccalaureate degree recipients. You may now turn those tassels from the right to the left, indicating that you are now Morgan State University graduates. Congratulations to call names and conduct the walking across the stage a little bit differently this year because of the pandemic, so I will not shake your hand. I will give you a salute, and there will be a photographer here to take the photo as you walk across the stage. So we're asking now that the bachelor's degree recipients be brought to the stage by the marshals, and we will proceed with the call.
Thanks among parents to the stage to accept the diploma on her behalf. Let's lift them up with love, y'all. Let's lift them up. We're now welcoming the College of Liberal Arts. We're starting with our commissioned officers.
There you go. Separate ceremony. Separate ceremony. Yeah, now they're getting
David Black Hughes Jr., Tatiana Evans, Marcus Jonathan Covington, Precious Cindy Bryant, Earl Jacoby Pope, Miles Jordan Bowman Carter, Gauthier Magno, and Gabrielle Imani Scott.
So we'll hit her name.
And now we're welcome to the College of Liberal Arts.
Is it first or second? Yes, come on! Let's go!
Jamar Rashid Brown Jr. Dana Martise Red. Elijah Demeza. Paul Bernard Tolliver Sr. Kishana Holmes. Davia Barnett. August Alderman. Joanna Nicole West. Eric Hamlet. Sydney Johnson. Sandy Moore. Serena Asia Bryant. Yambi Kada Yanam. Julian K. Owen Front. Aaron Maya Miles. Jillian Dan Moore. Simone Felice Moore. Jaquan McGee. China M. Smith. Imani Simone McKenzie. Savannah Morgan Renee Moore. Christina Mountain. Rosalie Adamante Marcial. Courtney Nicole Gilchrist. Joshua Christian Bo Brown. Dominique Jamila Patrick. Sarah A. Tankard. Brandon Tyler Towns. Andrew Joseph Hill. Johnny Rania Morcell. Raphael Sarah Flayan. Layla Huff. Elijah Craig Christmas. Janae C. Freeman. Keziah Joyner. Madre Lear Simmons. Marquez Elijah Campor. Anjali Gulati. Shaniqua Chantel Scott. Nia Bolware. Dominique Alexis Holder. Tamika Luanda Rose. Jasmine K. Williams. Kayla Marissa Wills. Kamari Donald. Anya Diamond Hughes. Destiny Young. Shanice Natalie Ondo. Lachelle Stephanie Kemp. Crystal Josepha Pelzer. Imari M. Thornhill. Justina Sia Mabe. John A. Jackson. Karen White. Joseph K. Felton. Caitlin Arnell Thomas. T. Chancel Early. Cameron Alonzo Hines. Anthony Moore Jr. Kamira Yasmina Fogler. Morgan Mary Veronica Green. Justice D. Gilliam. Nicole Christian Anderson. Brittany Brown. Sierra Nicole Owens. Kelly Jalen Sinkfield Farber. Ajayi Smith. Kenny S. Rudd. Nicole L. Jackson. Rex Alexander Wilson. Kima Dunga. Trinity Sheree Celine Smith. Tyler Eller May Robinson. Markel Jamal Mayhew. Naomi Brown. Thomas Frank Reeves. Ariel Imani Johnson. Jalen A. Milton. Aja Michelle Milford. Sierra T. Stansbury. Olivia Dotson. Mackenzie Sherman. Jasmine M. Stewart. Antonio Patrick Harmon. Farida Shanika Pringle. Monique Elizabeth Hueco. Sophia Irvin. Kevin Ray Jr. Mia Rochelle Hickman. Lauren Mackenzie Fields. Destiny Sade Turner. Shantae Smith. Micah Eugene Duckett. Jasmine C. Chu. Maya Shabria Johnson. Ryan Moore. Micah Alexander Robinson. Hakeem Khalil Henderson. Larry Donnell Hilton. Anthony Pender Stanton Jr. Kyra Butterfield. Malia Danielle Johnson. Mikel Kayla Turner. Julian Drew Jacobs. Felicia O'Froy Minta. Shakia Doughty. Brandon Drew and Samala. Charlisha Nicole Johnson. Kayla Casey Red Reed. Deja Barnes. Kelly Patrice Moore. Jamila Tujalo. Barakat A. Lamisi. Beverly Pone Boru. Hamad Musabe Al-Kabi. Aaliyah B. Baker. Christina Taylor Williams. Daria S. Thomas. Yona J. Alexia K. Janae Sherry. Kayla N. Bates. Micah Mitchell. Gabrielle Ebony Marshall. Kalani Ferguson. Shaniza Burnett. Jerry Mobley. Octavia Linnea Young. Sierra Joelle Evans. Alan Milan Warner. Amber Middle. Rondi Dixon. Brianne Ashley Hawkins. Deanna Janae Wilson. Olamide I. Alabi. Sharon D. Anderson. Arnetta C. Smith. Isiwa Coleman. Isigopi. Ellen Elizabeth Martinez. Lauren Farrell. Samir Green. Sherry Anthony Edwards. Brianna Louise Gregory, Andre Juan Neal Jr.
Look, they come up push off the stage. I hope I'm seeing it on the TV.
Chantel McIntyre, Dean Scott Harris, Dallas Nia Clark, Imani P. Shaw, Imani Alexis Brown, Alita Boulware, Sham Abraham, Asia Monet Boulware, Natalia Harvin, Janisha Leslie Oliver, Ibonolua Tyrell Oni, Isaiah Thomas Queen, Alexis McCoy, Devonna Justine Martin Lewis,
The School of Architecture and Planning.
Guys. Yeah.
Jeremy Jose Jimenez. Taylor Martin Von Harvey. Mayoni Campbell. Everett Leon Jackson. Shawan Abdullah Johnson. Demetria Washington. Mackenzie Jackson. Sylvanus R. Zizou. Devon Bird. Nakia Barber. Dulce Margarita Alamanete. David Ogenwete Owe. A. Shalom Emmanuel Summerton. Odell M. Richardson. Courtney Carrington. Darius Satterfield. Keith A. Rankin. Cameron Israel Smith. Morgan Elise Dow. Kadar Hambrick. Daniel T. Collins. Taylor Christian Cook. Irene Worsham. Courtney H. Souvenir Jr. Shauna K. and Asia Martin. Tyra Clark. Leslie Vanessa Contreras. Benjamin M. Dearborn. Makina Santel Borders. Deborah D. McKnight.
This is the Earl G. Gray School of Business and Management. Florencia Leandra Cassius, Taynara Johnson, Michaela Blanks, Godson Joseph, Yvonne Florence, thank you, Shamar, Tavon Campbell, Omolola Andoran, Abedemi Olubukolo Olubatero, Emmanuel Segba, Adriana Kimberly Henry, Leilani Nolana Motion, Tatiana Richardson, Nathan Kendall Brown, Charles Brandon Christian Kelly, Justin Edward Johnson, Letitia D. Allen, Dominic Solomon Jr., Joshua Savory, Devin Panama Peters, Jason Ololade Sofaloha, Sandra DeMarley Shan, Sudip Kaka, Manish Sapa, Genoa Antoine Stick, Anaya Jonay Monroe, Jada S. West, Kimani Renee Davis, Mommy Julian, Brianna M. Williams, Moyan Al-Halal, Augustine Thomas Sar III, Jessalyn Mariah Bowman, Java Sierra, Yvonne Blake, Kyria T. Merritt, Tiffany A. Glasgow, Amber Griffin, Christian Jacob Anderson Jr., Alexis B. Bennett, Twin Bobby Kumale Vincent, Romarco DeRay Perrier, Nyla F. Troy, Moge Whitney Bazab, Carlisha Zaire Ben, Christian Howard Mason, Zoe Imani Gaynor, Shauna M. Thomas, Christopher C. Shoulders, Reginald Holmes, Janel Eric Hines Jr., Kevin J. King II, Corey Roscoe Jr., Tyra Noel Moore, Ayana Kai Nelson, Tanya Hall, Torinseju Quincy Ogbe, Dominique Frederick, Tyler C. Holly,
Y'all hear them call
Kayla Monique Imam, Aaron Lawrence Harold Cole, Joshua Awuyera, Esther Apaya Kubi, Cindy Carla Cherko, Alor Maury, Marion Victoria Powell, LaQuisha Arrington, Claude Hannibal Abu Jr., Leah Mulugeta Meston, Leona Shereen Puri Pierce, Tyrone Walker, Kylie Janae Williams, Joanna Imani Wallace, Osei Trinso, Aaliyah Tanae Graham, Sierra Danielle Powell, Janae Evelyn Abolo, Caitlin Agabang Gadzi, Jessica Juice, Jalen Yana Gold, Diamond Thompson, Kishore D. Comrie, Julius Avon Harry, Michael Malik Bowery, Russell Vaughn Heater Jr., Michael Danion Simmons, Aisha Renee Skinner, Osita N. Umamba, Najee Adams, Insia Mance, Tracy Rambert, Paige Shetman, Lakiara Destiny Dix, Kiana M. Walker, Najee Princess Jackson, Alicia Renee Ward, Brittany N. Odom, Christopher Almaroof, Deshaun Joaquin Morel, Oshan Tamar Donegal, Cynthia A. Paddyfoot, Rashad Croner, Michaela Ross, Kismail Pierre, Chriselle D. Rival, Nora Beth Bordeaux, Stephen Leroy Mack, Sabrina Kalia Michelle Carter, Sade Alani DeBro, Tori Murphy, Robert Lee Ingram the Fifth, Abdulrahman Al Hussein, Awa Sheikh Falls, Stephen Michael Hunt the Third.
The School of Community Health and Policy. I am John M. Stevenson, Laquia Charlotte Freeman, Laquisha DeBray Lex, Gianna D. Warner, Tanisha Bailey, Devin Marquise Saunders, Ariana Alexandria Simon, Shauna Zanae Toman, Asia Jade Henderson, Tamara Lakia Williams, Marika Kaga Nagani, Triana M. Roots, Chanel Victoria Gabrielle Matthews, Anthony Simon, Colby Myra Stent, Shanique McLean, Emerlyn Giselle Beasley, Shay Regina Crouch, Olubalola Editua Awe, Tulube Christabel Olatowayo, Marvelous Tunisipeme Kahide, Josephine Guerrier Osikowe, Roche Amani Samuels, Ariana Constance, Asia Renee Panton, Asmara Rose,
That's what I'm saying. They got there, they wanted to get into the pool. Nobody got hard to get to the pool.
T.E. Stewart, Theresa Monet Williams, Hannah Davis, Kamai Leslie Clark, Lisa Yvette Barnes, Natalie Francis Moore, Antonio Lorenzo McConnell Javier, Tiffany Morris,
Not yet.
Kaylin Morgan Mallory, Olakinde Bukola Ojo, Tulani Naomi Taiwo, Victoria Amo, Chelsea Lakala Lazario, Ramika James, Ajama Karama.
Graduation day. Come on, safe man. They can't put you on the graduate.
This is the School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Science. Janel Elizabeth Jackson. Sean R. Wilson Jr., Sparkle Amari Dickerson, Jada Tony Ada Mitchell, Marcus Kendall McLaurin, Nina Roselle Orozco Manio, Christelle Stella Anna Coleman, Dewan Rashad Teo, Imani Mercedes Perkins, Crystal Shanice Carr, Maya Nikise Purnell, Bianca Armstrong, Kristen Noel Jones, Micah D. Terry, Ben Zagai, Wanjiru Aqua, Ian Gatiero, Abad Amos, Betty T. Rucker, Stephen Earl Anderson III, Haya Al-Huning, Sidra Shaheen Khan, Janae Shamaka Oke, Sheila Chidinma Mongeka, Jordan Maya Dawson, Karan Osi Chubo, Shindia Gloria Onwuama, Abdul Kadir Abiodun Yusuf, Deandra Monique Harden, Zipporah Bright, Quinlan Olivia Kimball Brown, Ayumidi Deborah Ajayi, Tori Evelyn Marie Holmes, David Oluwesan Adeleki, Kayla Thompson, Joseph Ibak Isema, George M. Martin, Kyra Al-Rash, Dolako Nerudi, Naya Johnson, Garshelle Elaine Griffin, Kobe Jordan Shakur Platini Roos, Michael Adrian Pierce III, Stacia Ford Barnett, Jonathan C. Orala, Jasmine Renee Tyler, Rodney Mensa, Christabel Boateng Agapon, Gwendolyn Adio Ofweku, Quasia C. Robinson, Whitney Oakley Williams, Jane Hodge, Johnny R. High, Ali Anil, Somo Chukwa Chemeka Nweke, J. Malik Agbanabari, Michael Boyd Guy III, Niall Walker, Teslin B. Orinde, Brianna M. Davidson, and Sonny Michael Gregory.
The School of Education and Urban Studies. Jasmine Cladonesia Tolson, Imani Hensley, Stephanie Hogarth, Michelle Tatiana Porch, Matia Janae Furline, Deja Tucker, Sonia Shante Bowden, Zia Gray, Shanice Sonora Melinda Hardy, Maya R. Boneware, Tatiana Owens, today Aja Delane Hubbard, Brittany Wilkerson, Kayla Aline Dukes, Amina Jolene Bright, Deja Jael Tabler, Deshauna Alicia Simmons, Amani Carson, and Sean Heather Robinson, Stefan Frank Tuani, Destiny Renee Clark, Nere Lucas Brown Wilson,
going to be coming
Jordan Thomas Makito, Christian R. Bell, Brandon Theodore Womack, Stephanie Robinson, Danelle K. Fernandez, Kristen S. Everywhere, Crystal Washington, Oscar Laborton de Etuin.
Miss Robinson, thank you! Thank you! Thank you, that's my sister. She's a teacher.
This is the School of Engineering. Wanjiru R. Wangati, Mackenzie Smith, Shanice L. Thomas, Aisha Janae Nelson, Timitayo O. Okuniemi, Fonte Goggins, Robert Boris II, Maya Bailey McIntyre, Journey Rain Hudson, France Jamal Sabat, Juan Whitehead, Andres
No, I'm saying stand over here.
Antoine Easton, Sebastian Lopez, Camila
Stand
Kufurigi,
back.
She's coming through there. She already went over there.
Noah J. Johnson,
Yeah.
Ahmed Adeji Alamuni,
To see her.
Yeah.
Bobukar Dauda Daikaji,
Go from
D&D
back.
Anyumba, Faisal Adebisi Adigun, Darren R. McDonald, Chappelle Branch, Janel Bailey, Randolph Stephen Brent, Chandra K. Podell, Ridwan A. Coker, Selena Rana Magar, Estelle Akunye Yovo, Cameron Dewan Costin, Ivana Grace Oparabea Perry, Antoine C. Thomas, Abdallah Ali Al-Mazri, Faisal Saeed Al-Niyadi, Abdulrahman Abdullah Al-Mutari, and Mutlaq Bifla. Jarius Keith Jackers, Lloyd Jepson Jomo Trunku, Abimbola Emmanuel Oyewole, Nicholas Shanklin, Surya Atoha, Cynthia Chidera Nosiri, Rebecca O. Olusola, Kayla Christian Thames, Shaquille Griffith, Xavier Christopher Page, Edward John Mohammed II, Cornelius Opal Rodriguez, Jose Alberto Dominguez Cortez, Madison Savon Harris, Tegan Bagusi, Amal Saleh Al-Shamani. Marilyn Ivana Happy Kamaha.
The School of Global Journalism and Communication. Natalie Gabrielle Thomas. Samir Naheem Copper. Jared Emmanuel Hester. Joshua Thompson. Jeremy Wright. Daryl Collins Jr. Patrice Hill, Amani Anyara Jones, Deja LaShawn Hurd, Latavia Williams, Katia Lakita Marks, Yara Tajay Washington, Diana Michaela Harris, Adiana Oyun, Brianna Taylor, Gloria Ayana Rodway, Jaden Cassidy Day, Michael A. Adidas, Will S. Robinson III, Tatiana Imani Jackson, Taylor Avante Harris, Antoine Isaac Moore, Matthew Sean Barnwell, Raven Alexis Chapman, Ethan Scott, Jonathan L. Lewis Wyndham, Samira Newby, Surrey Houston, Sidney Searcy, Desmond Chupa, Dave Corona Jr., Aaron Young, Jaquan Asante Diggs, Imani Abigail Dodd, Laurel D. Carroll, Taylor Bozeman, Sydney Michelle Sears, Jessica Barton, Kira Jordan, Kendall Danielle Smith, Dominic Philippe Auguste, Raymond Bogan, David Hawkins,
And now we're welcoming our final school, the School of Jacqueline Branch. Latosha R. Smith Brown. Maria Stokes. Conmilayo Elizabeth Ajala. Evelyn Adai. Simon Lachey Molina Patrick. Shira L. Hanna. Abigail S. Campbell. Destiny Jean Renee Gaskins. Jordan Trinity Bell. Jamie R. Esters. Deetra M. Craig. Destiny Tershell Brooks. Tanea Antoinette Akbara. Amira Q. Jabbar. Dominic N. Hamilton. Salma H. Abdulrahman. Janae Morgan. Casey N. Lassiter. Glennis M. Armstrong. Deja Branch. Shay Ann McNeil. Jamila Diamond Jackson. Taya Amani Randall. Jaleesa Monet Boz. Caitlin Leonie McDuffie. Aziza Zakaya Saphir Johnson. Akina J. Red. Brianna Gichet Corbin. Marquita D. Golston. Barbara Johnson. Shanae Mary Regine Clark. Keith Michael Kenneth Hill. Wardnina DeConte Marianne Brown. Tashina Clark. Micah A. Bell. Rakiba S. Barnes. Brianna A. Nemiboka. Claricelda Mateo Lebron. Kieja I. Foster. Taylor Sari Brooks. Tamika Carter. Shante Cherie Knight. Kenyatta Stephanie Weddington. Riche Unique Green. Okusua A. Lee. Ange N. Mbusi. Taylor Slayton Gutrich. Taylor Knott. Tracy Wanjiko Kamau. Michaela Sharon Ballard. Adrian Pierre Jr. Samara Nicole Farrow, Stewart Class 2021. Get on your feet for your final candidate, your final candidate. Make some noise for yourselves and for them. Miranda Deshauna Williams.
All right. That's it. Then change the side with tassel. On the other side, move your tassel.
Yeah, and then sing the song. We don't have a book to wait.
Yeah, there you go.
His daughter, I'm the owner. Science.
Yeah, Bachelor of Science, Biology.
And you're the school And she's going on after biology. She's not finished getting to her goals, so she'll be moving on. Where does she go next?
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of spring 2021. So we can end our program in a timely fashion. But in keeping with a long-standing tradition here at Morgan, I am happy to present to you the president of the senior class. You may be seated while others are coming back to the seats. I am pleased to present Ms. Jordan Dawson. And Jordan is going to issue a salute to the graduates and the university. Ms. Dawson.
Well, hello, class of 2021. Being able to stand in front of and speak to you all in this moment is truly a blessing. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. A moment that I know each and every one of us prayed for and dreamt about. A few months ago, a day like today was wishful thinking and a mere possibility. Over the past year,
we have experienced the most unconventional and unorthodox senior year in Morgan State University's history. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we have overcome unbelievable obstacles, hardships, and especially loss. We've managed to graduate from the Morgan State University during a global pandemic. The sacrifice, late nights, and hard work has truly paid off. There are a few takeaways from this speech that I want you all to take heed to. First, we are warriors. We never stop in the face of countless adversity and always prevail. Secondly, the work has just begun. As we venture out into the world, never forget that Morgan is home and you have a family that will support, push, and motivate you beyond what you thought was possible. Lastly, never forget your why. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. Tackle every avenue in life with intention and purpose. There is nothing too hard or unattainable. Morgan State Class of 2021, it has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve as your senior class president, and I cannot thank you all enough for entrusting me to lead and advocate on your behalf. With that being said, I look forward to us all setting the standard for excellence. We will always lead orange and blue. Thank you, Morgan State University, and congratulations to the class of 2021!
Thank you very much, Ms. Dawson, for your salute to your fellow graduates in the class of spring 2021. And so now I'm going to bring forward Ms. Phyllis C. Davis, because guess what? You are now officially Morganites. And you are about to be sworn in to make sure you never, ever, ever forget that you are now a Morgan alum. And so Ms. Davis is going to come forward. She's president of the Morgan State University Alumni Association, and she is going to induct all of you. For those of you who have not made it back to your seats, I would ask you to stand where you are and be inducted into the Alumni Association. Ms. Phyllis Davis.
And the membership card will be in the middle of the hall.
If I could just take a moment, President Wilson, I would like to thank those in their battalion who are going to serve, as today, fittingly, is Military Armed Forces Day. So thank you. And to those in the audience who have served, thank you for your selfless and steadfast service and keeping our nation safe and free. Will you please stand, graduates? Yeah, Mom! And will you repeat after me and state your name? I hereby solemnly pledge unbroken allegiance to alma mater and appreciation for opportunities and for development afforded me as a student at Morgan State University. I pledge active membership in the Alumni Association, wherever I may be, through association with fellow alumni. I shall ever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of alma mater. I pledge as a citizen to exemplify the high ideals thus implied. Rendering positive service to community, state, and nation. And so to live as ever, to bring honor and respect to alma mater. On behalf of the thousands of Morgan alumni around the world, I welcome the Spring 2021 graduates to the Alumni Association. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being with us today to join in this final segment of Morgan's 144th Spring Commencement Exercise. We know that you share our pride in the ladies and gentlemen assembled here who have reached this milestone in their lives, undaunted by the scourge of a global pandemic, and we know that you join us in wishing them much success in their careers and in their advanced studies. And so before I offer a few final words of my own, I want to once again thank Dr. Michael Drake for delivering an amazing commencement address for us today. Thank you also for allowing us to bestow upon you an honorary doctorate degree. Likewise, I want to thank Lonnie Liston Smith for his extraordinary career in music. I grew up listening to you almost in the wee hours of the morning and could never ever get enough of that jazz. And didn't know until I came to Morgan that you were a proud Morganite. So thank you, Lonnie, for really honoring us by allowing us to bestow upon you an honorary doctorate in the high name of Morgan State Excellence. And so, some final words to the class of Spring 2021. In the fall of 2017, or a bit earlier, I issued to so many of you who were entering as freshmen at this institution at that time a challenge, and I hope you remember. The challenge was simply that you would take your matriculation here at Morgan seriously. The challenge was that you would use all that this university had to offer you wisely. And the challenge was that you would promise me that you would graduate in 2021. And here you are at last, the newest graduates of our national treasure, Morgan State University. Not only did you accept my challenge, but you met it. And I know you're going to exceed it going forward. Now I know, and we know as a Morgan family, far and wide, all over the globe, that the last 4 or 5 years or so have tested your ability and your resolve to succeed in higher education. We know that. We have challenged you here at Morgan every way that we could. We have challenged you in every respect. And we have dared you to dream dreams far bigger than those dreams that you had when you entered this sacred institution. We have even summoned you to reach for those proverbial stars. And then we caution you along the way that if you grab a star, that your aspiration perhaps was simply not great enough. We have urged you day in and day out, hour after hour, to be truly committed to growing the future and leading the world, because as you walked across the stage and I bestowed upon you your bachelor's degree, we know that you are imbued with the perspectives, with the skills, with the understanding to enable you to dance on the world stage with anyone, any place, any time, listening to any music. We know that. And you have responded to our charge. And you have received your calling right now to step onto that grand world stage. And we want you to step onto that stage with Morgan pride. We want you to step onto that stage with remarkable vigor and with enthusiasm. And we are so proud of each of you. And we look forward to reading those posts on social media of all of your successes as you climb higher and higher. So as you leave us, don't forget to come back. Don't forget to come back. Morgan is your home. All of us are living our lives, and life happens, and sometimes it throws you a jab or a left hook, and sometimes you just might not be sure. You may be in a place where you kind of get the sense of whether you belong there. If you ever experience a jab or a left or right hook momentarily, come home. Come home and be recentered and be re-anchored. This is your home, and don't forget that. And please do not forget, as you climb higher on the ladders of success, to reach back and assist those students who will follow in your footsteps. They will be inspired by your example, just as I know you are inspired by all of the examples of Morgan graduates that have come before you. I was inspired today by listening to this debate. I was inspired today by Lonnie Liston-Smith and all of the other graduates. We want future Morgan graduates to be inspired by you. So reach back. And then, of all things, my last piece of advice to you is to give back. Don't forget to give back. Give what you can. If it's $1, this institution will accept it. If it's $5, we will accept it. If it's 1,000, we will accept it. If it's 5 million, you know we will accept it. And so give what you can, because when we give what we can to an institution that has stood so proudly, producing so many leaders around the world for 154 years, we are basically saying we want Morgan State University to be here and 3,099 doing the same thing as we are doing today, and that is growing in the future, whatever that future will look like in 3,049, and leading the world. Fellow organizers, congratulations to all of you. This is a special ceremony for me. As many of you know, my son graduated here today, and so this is a special place. We now have two official Morganites in our family, my son and his mother. And so congratulations once again to that great class spring of 2021. And so now we're going to close out our program. We're going to actually have the singing of our alma mater. Ms. Michaela Banks will now lead us in the singing of the alma mater. After which we will have the benediction by Reverend Bernard Kills. We ask that everyone in the audience remain standing in place for the alma mater and the benediction, and that you remain in place until the academic recessional has exited the stadium. Ms. Banks.
Did you get me?
You're supposed to stand up.
I am invisible.
And we love thee so tried and so true. Our hearts and our name through it bright. We hold the allegiance, we bless thee, our faith, and that which shall ever abide. We pledge thee our love, we pledge thee our faith, whatever the future may bring.
We used to do it for the whole song. They only do it for the end now.
Some great spirit, when the Holy Ghost called your name, such a time as this. As you step into the next chapter of your life's journey, be steadfast. Offer your hands to the work of the one in whom you trust. Give your feet to walk into your own destiny. Your eyes to see the possible in the midst of that which is impossible. Your tongue to speak for those whose voices are muted by hopelessness and despair. Your mind to discover. Your spirit to meditate on tomorrow's footsteps. But above all, open your heart to welcome the stranger, to embrace the other, and to realize that all of we are one. Give your whole self to the task of making this world a place of peace and a haven of blessing. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, come on, Nate!
Alright, we'll try to get a minute. And I'm going to zoom in on you.
100.
Yes, very windy today. Alrighty. Okay, we're here at Holmes Hall. And we will be Judges statue outside at Holmes Hall. Okay. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.